going on to my Scorpio. So we're gonna get into it. So for you Scorpios, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Devil, Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, and we have the Five of Wands. Okay, so all right, so the Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Devil card. These are the first three cards, right? These are about how make sure that if you're going to be with somebody, please make sure, Scorpio, that you're with someone that can actually offer something substantial as you're in a relationship with them. The reason why it is I'm saying that is because there's a lot of con artists out here. There's a lot of people who are really faking. I ain't even really gonna say faking it. There's a lot of people out here who are really emotionally unstable, mentally unstable. And because my thing is this, right? Like, haven't you Scorpios ever noticed that the people who like to play games are not very bright? You ever noticed that? I don't know if you Scorpios have ever noticed that, but I have. The people who like to play games, they're just gaming everybody up. They're just running game on everybody. They're not very bright, actually. They're actually kind of sad. If we really want to keep it a buck, they're kind of sad, to be real with you, because they're not very successful in life. Even if they have the millions of the dollars, you got to understand, like a private jet, and we're talking about just getting respectably, right? Respectably, as a private jet. With that, we're looking at $20,000. So a lot of these rappers, a lot of that stuff. Now, what is the point that I'm trying to make here? The point that I'm trying to make here is even what it is that most people would think would be the success, right? The success story. A person has financially made it now. A lot of that stuff, if a person doesn't learn to maintain their decency, it doesn't matter how much riches they have, they're still lost because they have all that money and they've lost their soul in the process because they don't have anything here and in here. Or I guess you can point it to the right side, because I know some people's heart is on the right side. My cousin's heart is actually on the right side. So here or in here. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the cross is. The mind, the heart, whichever part of the chest it's in, because some people had a heart on the right side, and the belly, the stomach, to keep living, to be decent. That's what that means. You feel me? So the thing is, this is why it is I say a million times, character is king, character is king, character or queen, character is king and queen, character is king and queen, character is king and queen, character is king, the money to go along with the character is queen, and everything else follows. If you don't have character, you don't have anything. If you don't have character, you don't have anything, period. Because this person out here, they, right, playing games, all this stuff, the type of people whom you interacted with, very manipulative from the past, thought that they could play you, right? And then the things that you have, the devil. The devil right here represents you Scorpios being in a situation where you saw straight through what it is that they were doing. And what happened is the Page of Wands represents you Scorpios ended up leaving them. You realize you didn't want to have anything to do with them. And this is why, as I said a few minutes ago, and I had to take time out even at the very beginning to make sure to get yourself in a situation with people, a relationship, you getting to know them, where these people actually contribute to the relationship, because there's a lot of leeches out here. There's a lot of people out here who's really faking it and making it seem like, they so fly, this, that, and the third. They're not faking. They're not faking the fact that they like you. What they're faking is the fact that they are upstanding and they are decent people is what they are faking. But it doesn't mean that they don't like you. They do like you. It's just that they know that who you are and who they are not isn't going to match up. So the thing is that you saw, like I said, you saw through that and you left. The Nine of Swords, right? The Nine of Swords represents, it may leave you a little bit angry due to the fact that a lot of people out here are not who they act like at first, because they usually put their best foot forward because they want you to get a very good first impression of who they actually are. And that's the reason why that whole first impression thing could be a detrimental thing too, and why it is that you still need to actually not only judge a book by its cover, but also judge a book by its contents too. Pay attention to what exactly is going on out here, because sometimes first impressions can actually be not a very good understanding of who the person is, as opposed to you understanding who they are better by getting to know them. So the situation with that is then you have the Queen of Swords, right? And then the Queen of Swords is that even though you may be a little bit upset and you're sick and tired of running into con artists, right? People who are out here looking to get free dates and free meals, gotta understand. You gotta understand the dating pool is not what you think. This is why it is that it's a breeze to me. It's a walk in the park. I've been saying it a million times for all the zodiac signs, and because y'all are starting to pick up, y'all are starting to understand this. The dating pool is not what it is that you think. It's not what most people put it on to be. It's really not. Most of that stuff is really most of that stuff is really dysfunctional people, because you how dysfunction think about it, how dysfunctional do you have to be to where you try to get this person, you like this person, but you have to try to manipulate this person into giving you a free meal, and your excuse to that is, oh well, this person shouldn't have led with the free meal. How should they start things off? How should they start things off? And then you have people who complain about when some people downgrade from the meal to something even more simpler than that. I don't want to go ahead and get a hot dog. I don't want to just be walking around. I don't want to get some ice cream. Well, you criticize everything. You criticize everything. So what are we talking about right now? And then the thing is that you got to watch out for being overly critical. You got to watch out for being cruel, right? Be critical, but don't write everybody off, is what I'm trying to say. And then you have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands. The Seven and the Four of Wands represents because you'll end up being combative, right, with potential people who want to actually build something with you and who are serious. So you still want to have that level of open mind so you can see if people are playing you or trying to run game on you, because that's the catch 22 of the dating pool, right? The dating market, right? It's that a lot of these people do like you, but they're too dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? They're dysfunctional. Um, and then the thing is that you have the Two of Cups and the Five of Wands. The Two of Cups and the Five of Wands is about how you Scorpios want a relationship, but at the same time, if you have that type of combativeness going on in you, right? The Five of Wands represents you're going to create a lot of disruption and dysfunction in the relationship that you're not even paying attention to. So, and that's the inner compromise. That's the healthy inner compromise. You want to be combative to the point where you can ask questions and really get to know the person, really get to know them, ask them questions, find out about who they are. But you don't want to be so combative to the point where you actually run people off. And how you find that good mixture is through trial and error. A lot of people out here, you know what I mean, Scorpio, a lot of people out here get lazy, or just in general, there's a sense of laziness when it comes to getting to know other people, because a lot of people don't want to actually go through the difficulties of getting to know other people, right? They don't want to go through the dysfunction of getting to know people, right? To find out if a person is dysfunctional or find out if a person is not. So that's just how it is. But let's clarify the Five of Wands, though. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Two of Cups. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. You have the Four of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, to go with the Queen of Swords. Okay. And then you have the Chariot. That's very interesting. So the Four of Swords is that if you really want to get to know somebody, some quick pointers or some quick ideas is, for number one, for you to take things slow. A lot of times people out here in the dating pool, they are very adversarial when it comes to when it comes to actually being patient, right? Like fast, you know what I mean? Connections is really the way of how the how the dating pool works right now, and that lets you know that anybody who's trying to get you to do things super fast, they're trying to get you caught up with not paying attention to their red flags by trying to get you to hurry up and make a decision super quickly, which that's a dub. Leave that alone, right? And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles now represents, the Knight of Pentacles now represents this being a situation where also too, this represents taking things slowly, but the Knight of Pentacles is don't take things too slowly, right? There still needs to be intimacy and closeness and getting to know the other person. While at the same time, you also really want to pay attention to who these people actually are. You want to pay attention to if these people are really meant to be taken seriously, because what's going to happen here is that if you speed things up too quickly, what you'll have is a situation where, like I said, you won't be paying attention to if this person is trying to run any kind of game on you, because the quote unquote game that a lot of people act like they playing is who can con who first before the other person figures it out. And if that's what it is, if that's how it is, Scorpio, that a lot of people want to play, if that's how it is that people want to play, then okay. But take it from a person who, take it from a person from myself in that aspect where I've tried all of that stuff already. It's not, trust me when I tell you, it's not necessarily really worth your time like that. It's not. It's really not worth your time like that, because if you play all these games, the only person that you ultimately end up playing for real, and I'm telling you from personal experience, is yourself. Because you'll go ahead, you'll lie because you don't necessarily know any better, and you're trying to, try things out. You running game, you doing all this, Scorpio, and you doing all that. What happens is that then come to find out, this person asks you questions. It gets you hip to, it gets them hip to you running games. They start asking you questions. You start, you know what I mean, not being able to answer directly the lies that you told, due to the fact that you done told so many lies, so much so in fact where you can't even keep track of all of them. So then the King of Swords is about, you want to also pay attention to not getting caught up in your own desire to be with somebody, that the person ends up showing you what it is that about yourself that you think that you want in them. And the Chariot represents time and patience. The Chariot represents Cancer, crabs. If there's one thing that I most definitely admire about Cancers, and I admire about you Scorpios, when y'all are ready, that is, because sometimes y'all can be, reckless too. But when you, as everyone can, but in their own unique way. But one thing that I admire about you Scorpios and the Cancers is, Cancer crabs is, a lot of y'all can be very patient, and that can be used as your meal ticket if you know how to use it. Now let's clarify, right? So let's clarify the Queen of Swords, because this is very important. So you have the Two of Pentacles, the Empress, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So to clarify the Queen of Swords, right? Queen of Swords, we have the Two of Pentacles. You have to create that good mixture within yourself of being, right, kick butt, but not disrespectful, not rushing in recklessly to curve people and tell them, nah, you're not interested, that you end up curving someone that really would be beneficial to you. The Empress, the Empress out here represents how this is a situation for you too, where the Empress, the Empress is about also to pay attention to how they come at you. Not every single person that is interested in you is interested in you long term. Not necessarily. The Ten of Cups, some people, like I said, Ten of Cups is a representation of that. Some people are only interested in short-term gains because that's the way that the dating market works now. Short-term, short-term investments, short-term gains. People are not trying to get into it with you for long term. It's not happening. That's why it is that you're starting to see all these people getting divorced and doing all this stuff, and the dating. It seems like 1 minute everything is cool, and then like 2 months later they break up because I'm gonna make a video on that. So then you have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles right here is about, you want to make sure that when you're dating people, people have substance to them, so that way it would be long lasting. Now, if you're just trying to get in, get off, get out, short term. But if you want something to last, patience has to be a weapon. I ain't gonna say a weapon, because that's, but patience has to be a tool to be used to get what you want. All right, which is the relationship. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Please like the video. Please leave comments, engage with the channel. Right, I implore all of you to come through. I'm trying to get this channel to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As of right now, I have 2,547 subscribers. Keep hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can get notified whenever I drop these videos. Peace.